Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Ntwaniengomane. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, because I realized the subscriber count is going up, if you find yourself in this video and you are sort of new on this channel, hi, my name is Ntwaniengomane. I live currently in the UK. I'm South African. I'm a qualified accountant who's working and living in the UK, and we do content in this channel around career development, a lot of travel and lifestyle content in the form of vlogs. I hope you like it here. I hope you stay. Today's video you're probably watching this on an odd day, probably on a Monday, just because I won't be able to put it up by Sunday because I've been focusing a little bit on my offline interactions, and I hosted my friends yesterday, and yeah, it was nice. I didn't vlog it, I didn't record anything. It was just nice to be in their presence. But without any further ado and me rambling, let's get on to today's video. If you are South African and you hold a South African passport, or you live in the UK and you have what is called a residence permit or the BRP, this video is for you. If you do not have any of those two, you don't have a South African passport, or you do not have a BRP, i.e. you do not live in the UK, this video might not necessarily be for you. But if you've been struggling, if you hold either a South African passport or you have a BRP and you've just been struggling to get Schengen visa appointments, especially from the UK, because it is quite crowded. There's a lot of people trying to get visas, trying to get appointments, and you're just like, oh my god, my summer is gonna end and I have not traveled anywhere. This video is for you, because I was once in your shoes and this is what I did. I want to share with you 5 countries you can travel to if you have either a South African passport or you have a BRP or a UK residence permit. All right, in 2022 I struggled to get a Schengen visa appointment. I honestly struggled the whole year. I started probably in March or April, maybe it was late, but I started then and I looked and I just couldn't find anything. And then I ended up doing a bit of research. I'm like, okay, where can I go with the travel documents that I already have? And at that point, obviously I had my passport, South African passport, and a UK residence permit, and that's what I want to share with you guys today, so you don't have to just sit in the UK where it's grey and cold. You can still go and spend your summer in a nice sunny country. The first country that I want to share with you is Turkey. I have been to Turkey in 2022. I think in June. It was a nice warm summer. Turkey is beautiful. You can go to areas like Antalya. I went to Antalya. You can go to Istanbul. You can go to Cappadocia. It's beautiful there. The hot air balloons are beautiful in Cappadocia especially. And you can make a very great trip out of Turkey. You can do different cities as well. The transport system is quite good. Or you can just do one city if you wish. You don't necessarily have to have a BRP to enter Turkey if you have a South African passport. All you have to do is apply for an online visa on the Turkish website. It is absolutely free for South Africans. It permits you to stay in Turkey for 30 days as part of your tourist travel. For context and how expensive Turkey is, I'll just do this in GBP. You can convert to ZAR if you are in South Africa. So £1 in Turkey is about 40 Turkish lira. The Turkish lira is the local currency that is used in Turkey. And just from that, you can see how affordable it is to actually travel to Turkey. So that is the first country. I've been there myself in 2022, summer of 2022, and it was absolutely beautiful and I loved every experience. The beaches are nice, the hot air balloons are very nice. I must warn you though, there is a bit of a language barrier because a lot of people in Turkey can't speak English. So when you do go, just be a bit prepared for that. The second country I would recommend you to go to if you have a South African passport is definitely Morocco. I went to Morocco end of March and I absolutely loved it. I actually wish I had stayed or planned my trip to be longer than it actually was. But Morocco is beautiful. The designs that they have, the markets, the people are really nice. It is known for its argan oil production. So if you're in the market for argan oil, whether it's for your hair or your skin, Morocco is beautiful. The camel rides, just the idea of being in a desert, it's really beautiful out there. And if you have a South African passport, you don't necessarily have to have a BRP. You can apply for an online visa via the Moroccan government's website. This will take you about 2 to 3 days to get, and it costs you around £70. And you get access to Morocco for about 90 days. So if you want to consider going to Morocco, I'd highly recommend. Just to give you a gauge of how expensive or how affordable Morocco is, £1 in Morocco is about 12.6 dirhams, Moroccan dirhams, which is not bad. I would say though, if you are going to visit Morocco, please do plan ahead. We wanted to go to one YSL museum and we couldn't go there because we hadn't planned well in advance to get the tickets. Also, if you're gonna go to the market and do a bit of shopping for your argan oils, your perfumes and all of that stuff, have your negotiation skills on point, guys, because they do tend to overcharge tourists. But if you have a South African passport and you want to get away from the gray skies of the UK, I would recommend Morocco. The next country would be ideal for you if you have a UK residence permit. So this is not necessarily because you have a South African passport, but you need to have a UK residence permit, and this country is Montenegro. You probably have not heard of Montenegro before because it is a very, very tiny country on the south of Europe, and I traveled there in 2022 as well for about a week. Montenegro is beautiful. It doesn't necessarily have the most beautiful beaches because it is sort of a mountain meets the sea kind of place. So the shore is actually very rocky, but it has immaculate, beautiful, breathtaking views. Montenegro is it's beautiful. The water is blue. It's just the buildings, the people, the atmosphere, the weather, everything just works in Montenegro. Okay, so to get access to Montenegro, you obviously need to have a UK residence permit, and that gives you an allowance of 90 days stay in Montenegro. To give you an idea of how expensive or affordable Montenegro is, £1 is about 1.16 euros. So they do use euros in Montenegro. It's not very, I wouldn't say it's very expensive, considering the fact that you'll be coming in with pounds as opposed to euros, so you're like a little bit step ahead. So yeah, go there, have a nice time. I would also recommend maybe like a max 4 days stay. There isn't really much to do in Montenegro other than like the old town of Kotor, where you can like go in, see how people used to live there, some water sports here and there, but other than that there isn't really much to do. So 4 days should be enough. The next country I would recommend you to visit if you have a UK residence permit, so not necessarily because you have a South African passport, but if you are a UK residence permit holder, is Albania. I have heard beautiful things about Albania. I have not been to Albania myself. It is actually on my list of countries to go. You know that time where your Schengen visa has expired and you're just like, I could use a weekend trip? Albania is one of those. So with Albania, if you have a BRP, they permit you to stay or visit Albania for 90 days. So you can plan your trip around that. And just to give you an idea of how expensive Albania, or how expensive or affordable Albania actually is, £1 is about 117 Albanian lek. I hope that's how they pronounce the currency. I could be wrong, But based on my research, I've also noticed that in more of the touristy areas, they also use the euro, so you can also sort of budget your finances around the GBP to euro exchange rate as well. It doesn't sound very expensive, but I would say go out there and say it for yourself, because you never know. And the last country I would recommend, if you have a UK residence permit, again, not necessarily a South African passport, is Serbia. So Serbia sits, I think, also in the same area as Montenegro, in the south of England. In the south of Europe. It is quite a small country, but it has a lot to offer. It has nice views, it has nice people, nice tourist areas, and a UK BRP or residence permit gives you 90 days access to Serbia. And they use the Serbian dinar. I hope that's how you pronounce the currency. 1 GBP is equal 136 Serbian dinar, based on my research. And that gives you sort of a gauge of how expensive or how affordable it can be and how far your money can go. So those are my 5 countries that I would recommend you try out this summer, especially if you are struggling to get a Schengen visa. Of course, it would be nice to go to France and Spain and all of those other countries, but if you find yourself in a rut where you're sort of chasing appointment dates and nothing is working out, give these 5 countries a try. Yeah, okay, so those are all the 5 countries that I recommend to you. If you want a bonus one, I would say Ireland, but I don't know how much of a summer you're actually gonna have in Ireland. But if you do have a South African passport, you can go to Ireland without needing a visa. But yeah, those are my recommendations. Let me know if you have any more, or if you know of more countries that we can travel to as South Africans with a South African passport or with a UK residence permit. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. We are on our way to 9,000 subscribers, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.